是一块附属的土地，它非常有机会成为未来非洲最富有的一个国家。那么本期的天下商会，我们将带您走进安哥拉驻香港总领事馆，一起来听听总领事跟我们分享香港和安哥拉之间的经贸、政治和社会议题。
目前，安哥拉已成为中国最大的非洲贸易伙伴和第一大原油供应国。
We have seen this movement towards the visas that we issue here.
安哥拉现已成为撒哈拉以南非洲第三大经济体和最大引资国之一。
We would like to establish
a chamber of commerce,
a chamber of African chamber of commerce together with other African countries who are represented here in Hong Kong.
Hello, Mr. Consul General. Thank you very much for joining us for this interview here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about your beautiful country, Angola. We know that your country is blessed with many natural resources, actually, and she isn't a popular travel destination for China and Hong Kong tourists. So, what do you recommend us to see?
My country, Angola, it's located in the southern part of Africa, Southwest Africa, along the Atlantic Ocean, with beautiful crystal waters, and inside we have lots of reserves, parks, deserts, plenty of rivers, waterfalls. It is really a never-ending list of a beautiful scenario in Angola that represents a authentic tourism destination. Angola also can offer rich culture with the famous music, one of them called Kizomba. We also have a wonderful gastronomy, a variety of food. It is really a blessed country in terms of natural resources, but the best I could mention in point is its kind and beautiful people who are always willing to welcome visitors. Angolans are very happy people, and they are very generous and very kind.
Very friendly.
安哥拉驻香港领事馆主要职责是领事工作，维护其公民在香港的合法权益，向其公民颁发或延期护照，向香港公民颁发签证。
如果就是去旅游的话，就是申请那个签证也是挺简单的，就是他们就是可以就是来我们领馆这边去拿一个表格。填那个表格，然后就是带那个护照，然后就是准备就是预定那个机票还有酒店，那就可以来申请。这一个是跟哪个项目哪个签证是有一点分别的，但是就是哪一个就是要求可能比较多一点点，但是其实哪个要求你可以在我们的网站去找的，就是有那个资料就是提供的。中国的护照是我们会建议他们就是去北京那边比较好一点。
Is that possible that in the future or in the near future that Angola will relax your visa policy to attract more tourists from China to go?
Certainly. Visa policy obviously depends on both sides, in this case Hong Kong, China and Angola. And actually the process is very established and very well defined. We do issue visas in our consulate, and we have seen many Chinese peoples and Hong Kong citizens traveling to Angola on tourism, also ordinary visas as well as work visas. We want to encourage more people to travel to Angola. As we said, it's a very good tourism destination. But it's not a complicated process.
It's not complicated.
No, it's not a complicated process to obtain the visa. And on the other side, we also see Angolans coming to China on various types of visa, student visas, work visas, or even on tourism visas. So there is a good connection, and it's quite an easygoing and a very well-established process.
I am from Angola. There is a lot to see in Angola. I think there is something for everyone. Angola is a very vast country and with quite different terrain. So in the north of Angola we have a rainforest. If you're interested in canoeing, if you're interested in going to see the things in the jungle, different plants, different trees, different animals. In the south of the country we have a desert. So if you like to do like desert safari, or you like to do some waves on the dunes, that could be lots of fun. On the west coast we also have beaches, beautiful, beautiful beaches with white sand, blue sea, and the temperature is just fabulous. And there's so many sea creatures, so you can do some snorkeling and diving. Some people also enjoy the fishing. And in the inner plateau of the country we have lots of mountains. There's a high terrain, which is really nice for hiking. So people from Hong Kong will really enjoy that.
Angola is a really beautiful country that we want to, encourage a lot of more Chinese tourists to go and appreciate the beauty of your country.
Definitely.
And tourism is a really important industry in your country.
Right.
At present, there's a quote from the Angola Tourist Guide website. From a red lands of coffee, white of gold, green of maize, we will be back. Can you elaborate the meaning of this quote?
This is a quote that was written by the founder of the nation. His name is Agostinho Neto. He was the first president of Angola back in 1975, exactly 40 years ago. 40 years ago. And Mr. Neto, in that quote, in that poem that he wrote, he highlights the beauty of the country again. He points out the agriculture and also the music. He talks about our good coffee, one of the best products we have in agriculture in Angola.
It's quite famous in the world.
Yes, it is indeed. And and also he talks about the peace, the unity. So for all that, he invites Angolans to come back after the independence. So he calls for unity, and he says we will be back, enjoying our natural way of living, peacefully and all united.
我是之前去过安哥拉旅行我发现安哥拉的旅游的话，中国人民会非常多，它的一些旅游产业也越来越成熟。有一些我身边的一些朋友，如果说他们是因为工作的原因去了安哥拉之后，他们都会推荐周边的朋友去安哥拉旅行。有一些朋友，他们甚至看到了这个旅游产业的商机，会在那边开旅行社，包括这个机票和旅游，还有个人旅游和团队旅游都有这些项目。
I realized that the Consulate General here in Hong Kong is the only official representative office of your country in Hong Kong. So do you have any plans to consider establishing some commercial organizations such as like Chamber of Commerce in Hong Kong as well?
We do actually. There is a big movement of Angolan business people coming to Hong Kong, as well as entrepreneurs from Hong Kong going to Angola. We have seen this movement towards the visas that we issue here. Lots of interests of people going and explore and establish their business in Angola on various in different areas, such as agriculture or also on industry. And this is something that Angolan consulate will bless. And we won't even go further, not only to focus on Angola, but also on Africa, because those visitors, the business people that go to my country, we realize that they visit other neighbor countries as well. So our aim goes further, and we would like to establish
A Chamber of Commerce,
a Chamber
like-
of African Chamber of Commerce together with other African countries who are represented here in Hong Kong.
Do you have any similar organizations like that in China?
In China, not that I am aware of, but we have commercial representatives, not chambers, not yet. But together with our future consulate in Guangzhou, PRC,
Guangzhou.
yes, Guangzhou. Also in Beijing, we have representatives that are really focused on that, on that aspect, as well as in Macau, very nearby.
Okay.
So there is a joint forces along this area, Macau, Guangzhou, and Hong Kong, to establish, to emphasize the commercial aspect.
We're looking forward to that.
I first traveled to China in 2008, I believe, and I landed in Beijing shortly after the Olympics, and I was very impressed. The city had like a new area, and it had the older traditional area, and I was very impressed with the different districts, and the Chinese culture was vibrant. I think it was so contagious. Everybody was in a very celebratory mood, and so I could get a sense of what Chinese ambiance was all about. And I also traveled to other cities, so I was really just taken aback by the scale. I think when you do anything anywhere else, you just do it in its normal size, but China magnifies. So I was really impressed with that in China.
China is helping Angola to reconstruct the country in different areas.
之前我没去的话，对安哥拉是比较陌生的，只知道它的石油和矿产资源非常丰富，跟中国的合作也非常的多。但是我去到安哥拉之后呢，我发现那个国家是一个完全没有被开发过的一个地方一样的，自然资源非常的丰富，气候也非常的好，自然环境都没有被污染。非常适合就是在那边居住，很多欧洲人和葡萄牙人都非常喜欢那里。然后那边的食物呢也非常的新鲜，也非常的多，因为它是属于热带海洋气候。安哥拉的人民的话会比较淳朴一些。
The exchange in culture would really put both places, Angola and Hong Kong, together.
在2014年安哥拉国庆节典礼上，香港财政司司长曾俊华称，安哥拉公司应该考虑利用香港作为与中国内地生意来往门户所带来的机会。
Will you consider his suggestion?
Yes, indeed. It's a good point. Actually, Hong Kong being a gateway to China, is already benefiting from the business, this connection between Angola and China. As you mentioned, the oil business is here, is huge between Angola and China, and the banks in Hong Kong are involved. So there is a big benefit for Hong Kong with more travelers coming to Hong Kong, signing agreements.
And you would like more business partners to help you achieve your development objectives. Your partner knows that Angola is a country with a lot of investment opportunities, a lot of potentials. Please give an example illustrating commercial cooperation with China and Hong Kong.
Oh, we have so many areas that we are working together. China became a strategic partner for Angola development. The cooperation exists for many years. We have relations in various aspects. In China is helping Angola to reconstruct the country in different areas and supporting Angola in construction, transportation, education, health, industry in general. So Angola has been a good partner.
With China?
Yes, with China. And vice versa. Angola, it's a win-win. Angola also supports China.
Of course. This is between Angola and China. How about Hong Kong?
Hong Kong, with the doors always open on both sides, benefits again. Hong Kong is a good financial center with a good system of education and health. Education is a key factor for the development of Angola, and Hong Kong is obviously open to train young Angolans to be educated here, and by having this cooperation, we also bring our culture here, our presence.
Oh, Hong Kong is lovely. When I first arrived in Hong Kong to work in 2012, I was absolutely blown away. The city is a true urban jungle.
不同的思维模式和社会制度，使得安哥拉和香港之间存在着一定的文化隔阂。
I suppose I can never get used to the ducks that hang upside down sometimes in the restaurants. But other than that, I think that culture is natural for any nation, and it's unique. And one needs to just learn about other cultures and appreciate the different practices. In Angola, we do many things which I'm sure other people, maybe from Hong Kong, may think is strange, but for us, it's just so normal. So the culture shock perhaps came with mostly language, especially when I go to places that don't speak English, and our language is Portuguese. But other than that, I learned to embrace the Hong Kong culture and the Hong Kong people and the cuisine. I even go sometimes in the weekend to have some like dim sum with my friends, and it's lots of fun to learn about Hong Kong culture.
I think Hong Kong does not know yet a lot about Angolan or African culture, and also our music, the beautiful music. Yes, African music. I think it's a good thing to make Hong Kong more diversified and attract even more tourists. And of course, the Hong Kong citizens can enjoy.
While we looking at the past and the present between Hong Kong, China, and Angola, we saw a lot of opportunities in the projects, as you said, covering in the infrastructure field and the other field as well. There has been a lot of cooperations already, but looking at the future, what are your expectations? Like how to jointly explore the opportunities in trade, in investment, and the other areas as well.
We hope to see more, obviously. The programs are very well defined, as I mentioned, by both countries, but we hope to see more on education and healthcare. This is something that Angola needs the support from Hong Kong, expertise, and the exchange in culture would really put both places, Angola and Hong Kong, together.
Yeah.
为进一步加强与非洲国家之间的友好合作，中非合作论坛于2000年成立。该论坛每3年举行一次，安哥拉为50个成员之一。
Do you think the two countries can definitely explore more opportunities through the existing platforms such as FOCAC, the China-Africa Cooperation Forum?
Yes, this cooperation has been already on process, and as our president recently visited China in June this year, we have seen more agreements, more and more agreements between the two countries, and of course Hong Kong always present there, and the more opportunities of growing and presence of China in Angola is certainly increasing.
Let's talk a little bit more about yourself, Mr. Consul General, because we're very interested in your background. We understand that we learned that you were majored in chemistry and crude oil.
Correct.
Back to university, and you worked for big international companies like Sun Angola for many years.
Right.
So now, as a Consul General in the political field, do you think you can utilize your expertise or experiences contributing to your post now?
Well, it's a new challenge for me. I was working for the oil industry for many years. Now, being on the diplomacy, I think it's a question of putting together, bringing these connections to benefit both sides. It's a different experience. I've been enjoying to do so, and being the oil business is the major industry in Angola, and now on the diplomacy I see a big opportunity to put things together to make connections.
安哥拉具有非常丰富的自然资源，是当之无愧的非洲聚宝盆。在结束了长达27年的内战之后，安哥拉进入了国家重建和发展的新阶段。让我们共同期待和展望中安两国之间合作发展的广阔前景。好，感谢您收看本期的《天下商汇》，下期再会。